So of course, here we are with an event where there was another shooting, but this one being where Trump was present. But the thing is, why would there be a shooting where Trump is at? Because everybody loves him, right? Or as he would say,
and I want to live because I want to make this country great. That's why I want to live. But when you're impactful, they go after you. When you're not impactful, they leave you alone.
I mean, it's not Trump without him just talking about himself and just being extremely prideful and making it seem like it's all about him, right? Either way, they had an event which is called the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and they do this annually where they have celebrities, politicians, comedians all come together to join to kind of celebrate the First Amendment, which is obviously freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of press, but specifically freedom of press. And that was a highlight to this one right here, because we all know Trump is not a man of freedom of speech. It's very clear. I mean, every time somebody speaks against him, he has to attack their character and as well try to cancel them, such as he did with Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, the latest, and also a lot of press people. If you disagree with Trump in anything that he says, he will attack you and try to destroy you. But speaking of comedians, it's kind of weird that you had Caroline Levitt give this little interview right before the event started.
Ready to rumble, is he not?
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Shots fired? Really? I mean, I'm no conspiracy theorist, but I don't know, man. Sometimes things are just not a coincidence. The fact that you said there will be shots fired and literally we have shots fired, I don't know, man. This doesn't seem like something that would just happen out of the ordinary, as if Trump never tried to set something up like this before. But it's not a real event until you have Erica Kirk show up with her WWE entrance. But this right here, you gotta have the tears flowing if you're Erica Kirk, right? Now, is it me, or I haven't seen Erica Kirk that distraught before? Even when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, yes, she showed sorrow, she showed sadness, but that face right there, that was a scrunched up face. I've never seen her that depressed before. That emotion was different. Not even that emotion was expressed during Charlie Kirk's assassination. But one thing we do have is some information on the alleged shooter right here. So the White House Correspondent Dinner shooter was armed with a shotgun, handgun, and multiple knives, according to the DC Police Chief Jeffrey Carroll. That's a lot of stuff to be carrying for an assassination attempt. I mean, unless you're trying to do more than just attack one person, which is President Trump, I'm not sure about that. That's kind of crazy. The shooter was identified as 31-year-old teacher Cole Allen from Torrance, California. The suspect emerged from a makeshift room near the entrance where there was no security, near where bar carts were stored, according to the New York Post. That's kind of crazy to me that the security was so bad that they allowed a man like this to be able to get in with a shotgun, several handguns, and several knives. How does that even happen, especially when it's an event involving the President of the United States? That is kind of weird to me. And what makes it suspicious is stuff like this. This was Donald Trump tweeting, or on his Truth Social, Lie Social. He posted this. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you can pause it and read it if you want to. But ultimately, he's talking about the ballroom in the White House. They've been talking about this $400 million plus ballroom that they're trying to build. Of course, it makes sense that you want to use this moment to promote the White House ballroom. And how weird is it that once this happened, you see all these tweets? Of course, Andrew Kovac, which that's another topic, but you see all these people tweeting about the White House needs the ballroom. This needs to be built now. Build the ballroom now. Of course, what a great way to start promoting this ballroom that you guys so desperately want to build, that, by the way, does not benefit anybody in America. But I was able to find a clip or two here about the guy, this alleged shooter, and it's weird because they said he was a teacher, he was a scientist, so he was a very smart individual, and based off this clip, you can tell this dude was intellectual.
A prototype for a wheelchair emergency brake.
The wheelchair brakes tend to lock the wheels, but don't actually lock the chair to the ground. The idea with this is to prevent it from moving at all.
Hearing him speak, I get a sense that he has maybe some sort of autism. So maybe that could play a part, and as well, him being very smart. And we know that people that have autism tend to be extremely smart on specific things, especially when they put their mind to it. Me, I've been a substitute teacher and I've worked with autistic kids, and they are some of the brightest people that you'll ever meet. But they also reported this as well. Check this. Fox News reports the shooter's manifesto said he wanted to target administration officials. So it wasn't necessarily a target towards Trump, but the officials. Investigators also found extensive anti-Trump and anti-Christian rhetoric across his social media accounts. Now, this right here was when they're sitting at the table the moment the shots rang. So listen closely to this. So you can hear the shots ring, and then now everybody's clanking their glasses because they're trying to get down. So it's as if they didn't even realize what happened until now. Look at this. You see her face? She's like, what is going on? He's like, holy garbage. She's like, oh my G. And he's like, yeah, I already know what the hell is going on. I knew about this stuff. Now, that's a conspiracy. I'm not saying that's fact, but it is a little weird. But as you can see, maybe it's the age as well. Being 80 years old, you're not capable of running the country. I mean, he used to make fun of Joe Biden for being Sleepy Joe and old, not being able to run a country. Well, Trump, you're at that point right now yourself. You shouldn't be running a country at the age of 80. And obviously, he wasn't even aware of what's going on. Here's a better angle of that situation. Did you spot that? Listen, I know the right are misogynistic and racist, but if this doesn't prove it, I don't know what does. Literally, they grab the men, and then the woman, fend for yourself. Figure it out. That's exactly what this was. They get JD Vance, you get under a table, figure it out. This is the funniest one here. They're going for Trump. Look at Jane. Let me get in there. Nope, you're blocked out. Get your ass out of here. We don't want you. So she says, okay, then I guess I'll just get under the table as this madness is going on. She tried to slide herself in there, and they said, no, you're not important. We don't need you. Another moment where they're like, the woman, fend for yourself. And then look at her crawl like a puppy. Right behind them. Look at her. Now check this out too, because this right here is extremely suspicious when you have a reporter giving her side of the story as a man was telling her to be careful throughout this night, and then automatically she was just cut off before she could say another word.
Caroline Levitt, the press secretary's husband. He was one of our guests. He was seated right next to me, and right as the dinner was starting, the national anthem happened, and then he kind of leaned over and said, I watched you on TV, you do a great job. You need to be very safe. And he was just very serious when he said that to me. And he kind of looked around the room and he said, there are some...
What happened? Huh?
Sounds like we lost Aisha's phone there. And this happens, by the way, especially when you have so many people.
Really? Really? You guys lost service and the connection just blew out when she was about to give you some hard evidence that this might be a setup, it might be staged? Come on now, this is not a coincidence. This stuff is done purposely, and the fact that she was about to say something that might expose Trump and the whole administration, we can't let that happen though. We have to make it look like this was real, right? And I want you guys to check this image out real quick as well. Now right here, this is Cole, or an image of Cole wearing an IDF sweater. You can see right here the sweater matches this logo right here, even though his hand is covering it. Now the reason why I'm showing you this, because it's been circulating saying that, oh, this man is wearing IDF, so that means he was part of this whole Israel alliance. It hasn't been confirmed that it was real. They've been saying that this was on his Instagram, but his Instagram has been deleted since. There's no proof of that. There's just speculation, and with AI going crazy nowadays, there's not really solid evidence to show that this is actually him wearing a sweater like this. And to make it even more weird, where, okay, this is probably AI, is you see this image here. It's another image of him, but this time he's wearing a Pakistan jersey. Memeing right now. We're joking now. So that makes it look kind of odd and weird. So this right here, we can't really go off of this because it's not authentic. And what I'm about to show you guys are some Google charts showing that whose names are trending and what. And apparently his name was trending 12 hours before this whole assassination attempt happened. Now, if that's legitimate or not, I don't know, but people are talking about it, so let's go over it. This is a post by Ryan, whatever. Really, again? Why were people in Israel searching of Cole Allen as of 7 a.m. Eastern time, almost 12 hours before the Trump assassination attempt? Tell me that is not weird. These are the Google searches right here. So you see you had a spike right here around April 25th. The past 24 hours, and then right here during the well, this is actually right now, but this right here, who is this man? Why would you need to search him, especially in Israel? And look at the spikes of his search history. Why are you searching up Cole Allen in Israel of all places? And this brings me back to the time when Candace Owens was doing her investigation, and she said she found that Israel was searching Erica Kirk. I think it was right before Charlie Kirk was assassinated, whether it was like 24 hours or 48 hours before the incident. Weird that you guys are searching, mass searching Erica Kirk, and then this happens, and then now we have the same exact situation in a way here where Israel is searching Cole Allen, and then we have another attempted assassination apparently. That's a little weird in my opinion. Not to mention we just saw him wearing an IDF shirt as well. And what's also weird is this post that was shared by Tim Pool. There was a man by the name of Henry Martinez who posted December 2023, and he only posted one time and one time alone. And look what he posted. Cole Allen. That was the only thing he posted, and he never posted again since. That's a little weird. What is the purpose of Cole Allen, and why would you need to just type his name in as if you were saving it for a future history? And one thing we have to realize too is that Trump has never been to one of these events, or maybe he was, but as president, he's never been to these events. And this is like a big thing for politicians and the president to come up to. And we know that Trump gets his feelings hurt very easily. And when there's a lot of comedians at here and they're making jokes and throwing shots, he's not the type of person to take it that easy. So it would seem that he would want to keep away from that, because we all know how he acts when people disagree with him or say something about him. He attacks them and he tries to destroy them as a person, and he tries to destroy their character. So it's kind of another reason why I find it weird that this is all happening when Trump is present. And of course they postponed it to 30 days. So who knows what they were going to speak on? We don't know now, but maybe they were trying to hide something. But also, it's them trying to harp on the fact that they want this ballroom built.
All of the conditions that took place tonight, and I will say, you know, it's not a particularly secure building. And I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different, because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before.
It isn't a Trump talking point unless you have Laura Loomer giving her psychotic input. And of course, she's going to say, was it a trans? Was it a Democrat? Was it a Groyper? Was it a Muslim/Iranian? Which one? All the people that she hates, and she says it openly that she hates these people, these are the ones she's blaming. And of course, that's what they're going to do. They're going to put the blame on them. And speaking of Laura Loomer, I can already see the right using this as a talking point. When you see him, they're going to say, oh, look, it was a black man that did it. A leftist black man at that. Because we all know that the right use whatever they can in order to justify racism. And I guarantee they will use that as a talking point.
For some reason, there's a lot of people that are really afraid of this nappy-headed black bitch who just has a lot to say, but not really a lot to offer.
This is what they're going to try and use. Now, they haven't used that yet, but I'm just saying I can just see in the future of them using that, trying to attack the American people, because it's just another way, another attack on Americans to be able to get their regime, which is white America. I mean, you see the people speak on it all the time when it comes to the Republicans, and I guarantee they will use this in order to try and bash on Americans, which is to bring their prophetic dream to reality, which is a white America.
White Christian men are not going to sit around while you turn our children into a bunch of nigger lovers.
And it's been clear that the Republican Party is the party of racism, because if you guys remember that one group message that was leaked by these young Republicans in a racist chat saying that they love Hitler, and as you can see, many other texts that were sent around right here. And also there was that time where you had Adam Mockler debating Andrew Kovac of TPUSA, and he was asking him, do you condemn these text messages? And Andrew Kovac couldn't condemn it.
And just think about this. We saw these Nazi group chats, which I'm sure you condemn, right? This Nazi group chat.
Well, we can talk about it.
Do you condemn it?
I want to talk about it.
Wait, so when they said gas chambers,
disavow.
When they say gas chambers, you won't. So you're like JD Vance. You just won't condemn this?
Well, I actually had JD on the show today. We had a whole conversation.
You guys can all condemn this, right?
Hell yes.
Thank you.
Hold on.
He kept avoiding the question, which was made obvious that they support this kind of rhetoric. They love the racism. This is all fresh, so I'm sure they're going to still find new evidence, new things here and there to kind of tie into the whole situation. Like, was this a hoax? Was this staged? Was this done purposely to try to avoid conversation, whether it be about Epstein or whatever the case is going to be? Something just seems off. Something seems weird, and I don't think it's a coincidence. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Do you think this was an attack on Donald Trump and it was just another man who hates Trump trying to get him out of here? Or do you think this was staged and this was done purposely to try and avoid a deeper conversation about something that they're trying to hide from us, whether it be Epstein files or something else? You guys let me know. Also, don't forget to check out this video right here and let me know what you think about that topic as well. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. That's all I got for you guys on this one, and I will catch you guys on the next one.